This isn't about digital nomads. This isn't about geographical arbitrage or lifestyle design or any other Silicon Valley euphemism for running away. This is about Sarah. Sarah is 34. She earns $140,000 a year as a software architect in Seattle. She has $8,000 in her savings account. She hasn't taken a vacation in 2 years. She is, by American standards, winning, and she is broke because here's what nobody tells you about first world living in 2025. The invisible tax isn't just money. It's friction. Right now, a specific class of Western professionals, not billionaires, not trust fund kids, but people who followed every rule, earned every credential, did everything right, are liquidating their holdings in New York, London, and Berlin. They aren't moving to another G7 power. They are moving to a country most Americans couldn't locate on a map without genuine effort. Malaysia. The stakes? The total collapse of the Western middle-class contract, and the birth of a new global aristocracy that optimizes not for status, but for sovereignty. That if you've been feeling like the cost of your developed lifestyle no longer matches the quality of life you're getting, if you've been wondering why success feels like failure, hit subscribe. Because what you're about to see will reframe everything you thought you knew about winning. Meet Sarah. Not an influencer, not a trust fund escapist. A senior software architect at a Fortune 500 company. UCLA grad. 6 years of experience. Doing exactly what she was told would lead to success. The before, cost 1. Housing $3, $400 per month for a 520 square foot studio in Capitol Hill. Victorian charm, which means single pane windows, radiator heat you can't control, a shower pressure that suggests someone 3 floors up is also showering. Cost 2. The health tax $680 per month for health insurance with a $6,000 deductible. Translation: she pays $8,160 a year for the privilege of paying more money if she actually gets sick. Cost 3. The student debt trap $89,000 remaining in student loans. Despite earning $140,000 a year, the interest accrues faster than she can pay it down. She's been paying for 6 years. The balance has barely moved. Cost 4. The invisible extraction, but here's the real cost. The persistent, low-grade cortisol spike. The feeling of running on a treadmill that is slowly, imperceptibly, accelerating against her. She earns more than 85% of Americans, and she can't afford to stop working for 3 months without losing everything the after. Same person, same job, same employer, same laptop, different country, new location, Monkiera, Kuala Lumpur. The air smells of tropical rain and jasmine. The view from her 40th floor balcony is the Petronas Towers glowing against a purple sunset, framed by jungle-covered hills in the distance. Cost 1 transformed. Housing $100 per month for a 1,400 square foot, 2-bedroom apartment with a gym, infinity pool, 24-hour security, and a view that would cost $8,000 a month in Seattle. Cost 2 transformed. Healthcare $150 per month for full private health insurance. No deductible. Specialist appointments within 48 hours. MRI costs $120 out of pocket. The hospital looks like a 5-star hotel. Cost 3 transformed. Financial freedom. She's paying down her U.S. student loans at triple the rate because her cost of living dropped by 65%. In 2 years, she'll be debt-free. For the first time since graduating college, the philosophical shift. Sarah didn't just save money. She reclaimed agency. For the first time since college, she can afford to think more than 3 months ahead her mornings now. Working from her balcony at 7 a.m., already bathed in tropical light. Lunch for $1 nasi lemak from a street vendor that's better than any $18 salad she bought in Seattle. Afternoon, a 5-minute walk to a co-working space. No car needed. Evening, rooftop bar with friends. $6 cocktails. Night, reading on her couch at 9 p.m. Actually, relaxed Sarah isn't escaping. She's not running away. She simply did the math. And the math stopped making sense. She gave up prestige. She got her life back. Let's strip away the narratives. Let's ignore the politics. Let's look at what the numbers actually reveal about the infrastructure of daily life in 2025. System A, the West, versus System B, Malaysia Metric 1. The real estate arbitrage. Seattle 2-bedroom condo, 950 square feet. $3,800 per month. Amenities, in-unit laundry. Commute to downtown, 35 minutes. Building age, 1987, that a Kuala Lumpur 2-bedroom condo, 1,400 square feet. $1,100 per month. Amenities, pool, gym, sauna, concierge, covered parking. Commute to KLCC, 12 minutes via MRT. Building age, 2019 you are paying a 245% location premium for infrastructure that is, in measurable terms, objectively worse. Not different. Not cultural preference. Worse, metric 2. The safety paradox. Malaysia, 19th safest country in the world. 2024. United States, 131st. Behind Rwanda. Behind Mongolia. Behind Botswana. Translation: Western expats are trading global superpower, branding for the ability to let their children walk to a night market at 9 p.m. without calculating risk. At 10 p.m. in Seattle, the streets are empty. Tense. You hear car alarms. You calculate your route home at 10 p.m. in Bukit Bintang. Families are walking. Street food vendors are laughing. Children are playing. Safety isn't a luxury there. It's the baseline. Metric 3. The healthcare efficiency. The U.S. system. Schedule a specialist. 4 to 6 week wait. Cost with insurance. $280 copay. MRI. $2,400 before insurance kicks. Our wait time. For 0.5 hours average. The Malaysian system. Schedule a specialist. 24 to 48 hours. Cost private hospital. $50 out of pocket. MRI. $120 out pocket. Our wait time. 15 minutes average. Developing nations are now outperforming developed nations in the one category that matters most: the speed and cost of care. This isn't theory. This is measurement. Metric 4. The infrastructure leapfrog. Transportation. New York City subway. Delayed boards. Rats on platforms. Broken escalators. You wait 20 minutes for a train that's too crowded to board. Kuala Lumpur MRT. Spotless. Arrives in 90 seconds. Contactless payment. Air-conditioned. You glide across the city. $4 1.50. Digital infrastructure. U.S. coffee shop. Wi-Fi password on receipt. You spend 5 minutes connecting. Malaysian street vendor. QR code payment. 5G everywhere. The street vendor has better digital infrastructure than most American retailers. Public spaces. Crumbling U.S. park. Trash. No maintenance. You don't let your kids play there. KLCC Park in Kuala Lumpur. Fountains. Manicured gardens. Free outdoor gym equipment. Families picnicking at 8 p.m. without fear. While America debated whether infrastructure spending was socialist, Malaysia simply built. While Europe argued about trains, Asia rode them. The result? A quality of life gap that is no longer theoretical. And the trend? It's accelerating. In 2024, the Malaysian government overhauled the MM2H, Malaysia My Second Home program. In just 6 months, it generated over $340 million in direct foreign investment. The projection by end of 2025? $1.20 billion that the market has spoken. The question is, are you listening? But here's what I'm not telling you. Because every influencer selling you the Malaysia dream conveniently leaves out the part that ruins the fantasy. The fine print. Trade-off 1. The financial cage. To get the top-tier platinum MM2H visa, you must park $1 million in a Malaysian fixed deposit. Not invested. Not working for you. Just sitting there. In a foreign currency that can fluctuate 15% against the dollar in a single year. You are locking capital into a system you don't control. The silver tier? $240,000 fixed deposit required. $5,000 per month offshore income minimum. Application fee, $5,000, non-refundable if you're rejected. This isn't a life hack for broke millennials. This is a wealth preservation strategy for people who already have capital. The poor can't afford to leave. Only the comfortable can. Trade-off 2. The guest status. You will never be a citizen. You are a guest. A welcomed, valued, tax-paying guest, but a guest. If political winds shift, as they did in 2021 when the government suddenly overhauled visa requirements overnight, your residency can evaporate. You have no vote, no representation, No long-term guarantee. Your children born there? They will not automatically be Malaysian citizens. You are building a life on rented ground. Trade-off 3. The cultural contract. Malaysia is a socially conservative, Muslim-majority nation. If you value certain progressive Western social norms, LGBTQ plus visibility, unrestricted alcohol access, public displays of affection, you will find legal and social restrictions that don't exist in Berlin or San Francisco. This isn't judgment. This is reality. You are not moving to America with cheaper rent. You are moving to a completely different social operating system. One with different values, different laws, different expectations. That if you expect Western liberalism with Southeast Asian prices, you will be disappointed. Trade-off 4. The climate. Tax it is 32 degrees Celsius and 80% humidity. Every single day, year-round. There is no autumn, no crisp winter mornings, no sweater weather. Just permanent tropical summer. If you're someone whose mental health depends on seasonal variation, on the psychological reset of changing leaves or the first snowfall, this will break you. Your air conditioning will run 24/7. You will never stop sweating outdoors. The rain doesn't cool things down, it just makes the humidity worse. Trade-off 5. The integration gap. Most Western expats live in what locals call the Mont Kiara bubble. They shop at imported grocery stores where a jar of peanut butter costs $12. They eat at Western restaurants. They go to expat meetups where everyone complains about not finding good bagels. They learn Zero Bahasa Melayu. They interact with Malaysians only as service providers. And then they wonder why locals view them with suspicion. Why they feel like they're pricing locals out of their own neighborhoods. Why, after 5 years, they still feel like tourists at SO. Is it worth it? That depends entirely on what you're optimizing for. And that's the real question we're avoiding. Because this isn't actually about Malaysia. This is about a choice between legacy status and personal vitality. Let's reframe this. This isn't about Europe being bad or Malaysia being a utopia. Those are tourist brochure framings for people who aren't thinking clearly. This is about a choice between two fundamentally incompatible optimization functions. Path A. Legacy status. You live in a place with a prestigious name on the map. New York, London, San Francisco. Your address carries weight in certain rooms. Your LinkedIn location signals seriousness. Job recruiters. Your parents can brag about where you live, but that status consumes 70% of your income just to maintain. You are paying rent on a reputation. You are trading your present for other people's perception of your success. You work 60 hours a week to afford a lifestyle your parents had on 40. You're stressed. You're tired. But you're prestigious. Path B. Personal vitality. You live in a place that treats you as a valued customer, not a harvestable resource. Your cost of living drops by 60%. Your stress decreases measurably. Your time becomes yours again. You can afford to think 5 years ahead instead of 5 days. But you are a perpetual outsider. You will never fully belong. You have no political voice. You are tolerated, not integrated. Your address means nothing in Western professional circles. You have to explain where you live. You see the judgment in people's eyes. You cannot optimize for both. The system will not allow it to SO. Which do you value more? The external validation of strangers who don't know you? Or the internal experience of living a life you can actually afford? Sarah chose vitality. She gave up the prestige of a Seattle address. She got her time, her health, and her agency back. She can think 5 years ahead now, instead of 5 days. She's saving $4,200 a month. In 5 years, that's $252,000. Enough to buy 3 properties in Malaysia or finally make a down payment on a house in the US if she ever returns. But here's what makes this truly uncomfortable. She's not an exception. She's the leading edge of a pattern. 47,000 American expats now live in Malaysia. That number has increased 340% since 2019. And it's not slowing down. The wealthy aren't fleeing a country. They are fleeing a social contract that no longer scales. They have realized that in 2025, home is no longer where you were born. Home is where you are treated best. where your labor is rewarded with livability, not just survival. And the West. The West is treating its most productive citizens like ATMs with anxiety disorders. So here's my question for you. And I genuinely want to know your answer at AT. What specific dollar amount does your sense of home finally become too expensive to keep? Is it when rent hits 50% of your income? 60%? 70%? Is it when you realize you're working 60-hour weeks just to maintain a lifestyle your parents had on 40? Is it when making it starts to feel identical to barely surviving? At what point does patriotism become financial suicide? Drop your answer below. Because this conversation, it's just starting. This is the Voyage Chronicle. We don't show you destinations. We show you the map, the cost, and the consequences of every choice the system tells you not to question. That if this video made you uncomfortable, good. That means you're thinking. Subscribe for more uncomfortable truths about geopolitics, migration, and the life paths the system doesn't want you to see. Next week, don't retire in the US. The Malaysian secret, they won't tell you that you're not ready for that one either.